Good morning, Sam. It is Monday, December 5th, 2022. So, what's up in life right now, Sam? You know, it's odd. The semester's wrapping up, so my job as a professor is kind of winding down, and now I am on to other stages. I'm focusing a little bit more creatively these days, working on some other projects. But at the core of this, I'm having to remind myself to rest more. I'm not someone who likes to rest. I'm not someone who likes to take a break. I am someone who likes to just grind through everything. And what I mean by that is not necessarily that I'm being productive, just that I'm always working. I think that I equate work with value a lot in my brain. And these days I'm kind of attempting to decouple those things. That there isn't always work that needs to be done. There isn't always things that I need to be doing. And that's a tough lesson for me to understand. Sometimes it's worth it to just go to the movies late at night and then sleep in the next morning. There is value in that. And I struggle sometimes to see that. I feel like I need to be working all of the time, every minute that I am free. If I'm not working, then what am I doing? What is the point? And the point is, you can just kind of live your life, right? As long as you're making enough money, and as long as you're spending time with the people that are important to you in life, that's okay. You don't have to be grinding every minute of every single day. I like productivity stuff a lot, and I like to increase productivity. And the kind of lie, that I tell myself is that I like to increase productivity so that I have more free time. But that's not really true, because I don't really like having free time. I like working on things, and I like creating things. And at least at this point in my life, that has been the skill that has brought me through. Having an ability to really focus on something and really dedicate time and energy to making that happen has been useful. It's the reason why I get so much done. People often point out how much I get done in my life, and that's true. Objectively, if you write it down, I get a lot of stuff done. I'm working on a lot of different projects at any one given time. And that's not because I'm really efficient at what I do. I am to some degree relatively efficient at things, but it's because I don't like to have time that I'm not doing things. I just like being busy. And I've been thinking a lot about why I like being busy, and I think it's because I get sad when I'm not busy. To some degree, I've fallen into the trap of you must be working or else your life is not a productive thing. And that's a fucking lie. It just is a lie. And as the weather starts to get cooler outside, I'm remembering the joys of things that aren't just work, and trying to embrace those. I love morning coffee. I do. I love morning coffee, and with morning coffee, I love to read. And these past couple of weeks, I have been reading a lot. And not just in a productive sense, not just in a sense of I am learning something from what I'm reading, even though I'm learning quite a bit from a lot of what I'm reading, a lot of it's nonfiction. But also just reading for the pleasure of reading. I forgot how much joy there is in just reading a book. Just sitting at night just reading a book. I love that. And is that necessarily productive? No. But is it not productive? Also no. It's not even about dollars. It has much more to do with time. If it takes me 8 hours to make a certain amount of money one day, and then I realize I can do the same work in 2 hours the next day, I still feel less productive on the second day. It doesn't have to do with money. It has to do with the thing that I am doing. And I'm working on that. I'm attempting to get better at just existing as a human and not feeling my self-worth is so tied to my productivity. But right now it's really close, right? Right now it's really close. And even though perhaps intellectually I can distinguish between the two, it's almost on an emotional level when I sit there at the end of the day and go, what did you do today? I sometimes can feel my time wasn't well spent. So something I'm working on, something I'm working through. If anyone else out there is kind of in a similar boat, let me know. I'm not sure why all of that is there, and while it can be a useful asset to me at many times in my life, sometimes it can be a hindrance. So as we enter these holiday seasons, I'm attempting to give myself a little bit of space to just simply not work all of the time. Schmackers, thank you so much for watching, and Sam, I will see you on Thursday. Peace.